Three codes of greatness that you can learn from King David. David moved from a shepherd boy to the throne in Israel. We all know very well that by his ordinary look, David wouldn't have sat on the throne of Israel, but by the qualities he possessed, David became a king in Israel after the death of King Saul. However, using this story, I want to reveal these three codes. Number one among these three codes is patience. Patience demands waiting and tolerating delays. Remember, David was around the age of 15 when he was anointed as future king of Israel. He fought and killed Goliath. He was banished by Saul from Israel as a result of Saul's jealousy for David's success. David hid in the desert and lived on the run as he was trying to avoid being killed by Saul. As a result of this, David waited 15 years to become king of Israel. From the time David was anointed king by Samuel until the time he actually became king of Israel was about 15 years. So David became king of Israel at the age of 30. He ruled Israel for 40 years. First, he ruled Judah for 7 years and 6 months, and then he ruled over all Israel for 33 years. However, David's patience played in the open. Remember, he never tried to fast-track his success. On 2 occasions, he spared Saul's life in the cave. He never saw it as an opportunity to move to the throne. He waited and endured until the end. Ecclesiastes 7:8 reads, "Better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof, and patient in spirit is better than the proud in spirit." In the same manner, our Lord Jesus Christ endured the cross. Hebrews 12:2 reads, "Looking unto Jesus, the author and finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and is set down at the right hand of the throne of God." And among the three codes, number 2 is diligence. God saw that David's heart was good, and he told Samuel to anoint David as the future king of Israel. However, the little things David did as a shepherd boy was counted for him as great qualities, because he diligently and faithfully led the sheep of his father. Luke 16:10 reads, "He that is faithful in that which is least is faithful also in much." Even as a small boy, David was focused, determined, and consistent. 1 Samuel chapter 17, verse 34 to verse 35 reads, "And David said unto Saul, Thy servant kept his father's sheep, and there came a lion and a bear, and took a lamb out of the flock. And I went out after him, and smote him, and delivered it out of his mouth. And when he arose against me, I caught him by his beard, and smote him, and slew him." David becoming a king in Israel was not as a result of luck, and not by qualification, and by the laws of monarchies, he cannot even succeed Saul. It was diligence that took him there. Proverbs 22:29 reads, "Seest thou a man diligent in his business? He shall stand before kings, he shall not stand before mean men." And I hope you remember that Jonathan, the son of Saul, was supposed to be Saul's successor according to the laws of monarchies. But Jonathan himself recognized David's great characters and qualities. And what did he do? Instead of bitterly plotting with his father Saul to protect and keep his own throne, from being taken by David, Jonathan developed love for David and was in a good relationship with a great enemy of his own father. This has clearly proven also that David's qualities vividly played in the open. And among other qualities of David, the number 3 code is trust in God. David's trust in God was evident in his faith, courage, and obedience. When David accepted to fight Goliath, he portrayed full conviction that he trusted the Lord. 1 Samuel 17:45 reads, Then said David to the Philistine, Thou comest to me with a sword, and with a spear, and with a shield, but I come to thee in the name of the Lord of hosts, the God of the armies of Israel, whom thou hast defied. David went to him with a sling and 5 stones, and that was another clear indication that David trusted God. How can a man fight the battle of swords with just a stone and a sling? David was about 15 years of age as at the time he fought Goliath. That was courage. And it came to pass when Saul sought after David to kill him in the wilderness of En-Gedi. Paul fell asleep in a cave and in the presence of David and his men. But David spared him when he remembered in the Jewish law where it was stated that thou shalt not commit murder. 1 Samuel 24 verse 6 reads, And he said unto his men, The Lord forbid that I should do this thing unto my master, the Lord's anointed, to stretch forth my hand against him, seeing he is the anointed of the Lord. This portrays David's obedience to God's law. Some writers also have claims that David's purpose for becoming a king in Israel was to create a lineage from which Jesus was to be born. In summary, patience, diligence, trust in God were David's major codes for greatness. As we have seen that these 3 qualities were never lacked in David, from his youth as a shepherd boy until the time he became king in Israel. We really appreciate your company and attention from the beginning of this story until now. If you find any value in our content, please like and share, and don't forget to subscribe. See you soon as we bring you updates. God bless you always.